Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Chris Greco coming to you from undisclosed location to give you your spring 2023 Air Force intelligence briefing. Without further ado, the main focus of our briefing today is going to be on unidentified objects that have been found in going over U.S. airspace. First of all, I'd like to go over some areas of identification. We do have identification on some of these objects, and we'll make sure and bring that up as time goes on. But please, everybody, please pay attention. This is going to be a very quick brief that'll give a lot of information. So the first object is going to be why. Why are we doing this today? We're doing this today because the objects have been entering U.S. Canadian airspace. The Air Force job is to defend that airspace, correct? Fly and fight, right? Air Force is tasked to trying to identify and destroy these objects, or both. The following are silhouettes of some of the objects along with possible IDs and some other background information that you could use. You are trying to contact these objects via guard 121.5 VHF. Otherwise, if they do not respond, or they are not responding, or they take any type of evasive action, you are authorized to go ahead and take any action to protect yourself, the aircraft, and the people of the United States. So we're going to use but try to use the best economical means you can to be able to destroy the aircraft or be able to bring it down in a controlled environment. So the first priority target, routine intercept, commonly intercepted over Alaska. This is a Tu-95 Bear, counter-rotating turboprop. Four of them. It has a pretty good speed on it, even though it's turboprop because of the counter rotation. Carries a variety of ordnance, including nuclear weapons. You have to be really careful with that. Escort away from U.S. airspace, as you've been doing. Relatively routine. It is been identified as a Tu-95. Wave. You have authority to wave, or if warranted, give the one-finger salute to the Russian bombers as they are passing by. That's a routine intercept. Second priority target. We think that this is a massive balloon. It is carrying what looks to be a house. We think it's manned. We have already sighted it over South America, I think near Victoria Falls. We think that it originated somewhere in North America. There is a possible sighting as a flyby went by about several years ago, and what looks like to be a senior citizen and an adolescent scout. The steering mechanism is still, we just don't understand how it works. We think that the winds somehow take it, but there is some steering mechanism to make that go. Approach with caution. Try flyby before attempting any radio communication. Although we've tried in the past, we don't see any radio communication with this aircraft. Pieces of what looks like a porch is falling away from the house. Be careful, watch for foreign object damage, and especially your intakes, make sure that you stay clear of any type of what looks like wood, nails, or possibly a hose reel. So just want to make sure that everybody understood to keep away from that as much as possible. Third priority, this is a seasonal threat. It usually comes in over the North Pole. It's only visible during certain times of the year. You try to identify visual before using any radio communications, although radio communications have been known not to be able to get through to this craft. Usually identification is ho, 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 which is some kind of code, we think, kind of like a dot dash type of approach. We're not sure, so we're trying to figure that out. Our people down in cryptology are trying to make heads or tails of that. Do not approach closely. You see those things protruding from what looks like to be some type of animal. Those are horns. So if you get too close to them, basically those horns can do some damage to your aircraft. So be very, very careful with that. Watch out also for coal chunks hurled at your aircraft, especially during that time of year. We've noticed that there are pieces of coal that seems to be, especially at some of the aircraft. So just please be careful when you're approaching this target. Fourth priority target, again, it's seasonal, possible human involved in the flight, so you have to be cautious with this. Many are made in China, so possibly carrying surveillance equipment, although we're not sure. It's okay to destroy, but you got to use it with economical means. Be careful of human involvement. Especially if you see a human attached to a string, you have to, on the other side, you have to be really careful about that. Simply flying close to them may cause foreign object damage, so caution with that. make sure that you stay clear of whatever looks to be lines, and you may not be able to see them because they're so thin. Do not get aircraft caught with the usual string. So that's basically, enough said on that. Uh, we're not sure what this is. It's an unknown target. It looks like, a piece of some type of construction. The target is usually in space. We don't see it coming down any further than that, but we're not really sure. Intelligence shows the construction is incomplete at this point in time, but there is a force field around the object we don't know where exactly it's emerging from. It could be the object itself, or could be from a nearby moon, or the moon, or whatever else. To deactivate the force field, you have to be able to approach and have these older type codes to be able to get to the generator for the shield generator. But many banthas died to get us this information. So if you're going to use it, be very wary of it. People seen on the object wearing dark helmets and carrying what looks like neon light batons, like party lights. We don't know whether it's some type of orbital party station, or we're just not sure what that is. We're also not sure about the area that has this big gigantic crater here. We're not sure if it's kind of like trying to mimic the Tycho crater on the moon. We don't know what exactly that is. So try just to stay clear of that. We're just not sure about that. Also, for more information, call 1-800-CALL-JEDI, and they may be able to get you some information that might be of use to you. Okay, so that pretty much is it. It's a very quick briefing, less than 10 minutes. Why are we doing this? There's currently a plethora of objects interfering with U.S. airspace. So you have to choose your targets carefully. You have to make sure that there's nobody around, whatever else, to no humans or whatever else. Beware of things like flying presence or death rays coming off the objects. It can cause havoc with your air intake and possibly damage your aircraft. And your main mission is to make sure the mission is complete. The sortie is complete, but also and to bring yourself back and your aircraft back, and make sure that you use economic means, as I said before, to try to do anything with these objects. Icons of these will be available to put on the side of right by your cockpit there. Whenever you confirm the downing, I hate to use the word kill all the time, so just downing of the aircraft or your thing, whatever it is. You must down one of each of these priorities in order, or specifically, we'd rather you not down the Russian aircraft. Just kind of wave it on, or give them the one finger salute, whatever, to get the indistinguishable flying crosshairs medal. And also, good luck, good hunting. This completes my briefing. Would like to ask if there's any questions. Please call us there. You can call us. I'm sure you have some type of phone, or some type of phone number, or whatever else. Give us a call to ask us any specific questions about some of these. But since this is a classified brief, although I forgot to say what the classification is, I think it's something like top secret bull, I think is what it is. So just make sure that you understand that these are very dangerous objects. Try to steer clear of them. Or in the case of the first one, just escort them back out of U.S. airspace. If there are no questions, that completes my briefing. Thank you very much, and have a great day.